Welcome to the Wimbo Worldwide F1 podcast.
F1 content around the globe.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wimbo Worldwide podcast, episode number 1. In this podcast, I'll be inviting people from all over the globe to talk about their favorite sport, Formula One. I don't know if people have seen my thumbnail, but I think we could guess in what country we are now. This lady on this side is from Australia, and I found her on Twitter. She's very enthusiastic about it. She has her own sort of scheme inside Twitter, which she's going to promote at the end of the episode. So I'm passing it on to you now. Introduce yourself and have fun.
We'll try. Thank you very much, Wimbo. My name's Ez. That's my alter ego, but my real name's Erin. And I'm just from sunny Queensland in Australia, but it's pouring down rain at the moment, so we're in a bit of a monsoon. I've been watching Formula One for I don't even know how many years now. It's really hard being an Aussie fan for F1 because we have to get up at stupid hours in the morning or stay up stupidly late. Like in my group of friends, there's not many Formula One fans, but I've found a lot of Aussies on the Formula One Twitter. So I've managed to reach out to a few of them and be like, "Yay, come on, let's be the Aussies, let's go." But yeah, it's not massive. There's obviously cricket and AFL and NRL. They're the big sports in Australia. So, yeah, I'm sort of the minority, but we stay up. We stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning to watch our races. So,
well, that's the beauty of the internet, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, you can find your community no matter what.
Definitely. Yeah, it's definitely helped being on the Formula One Twitter. Yeah. People to share my passion.
You're from Queensland. What are Queensland people like? Is it out in the bush? I see palm trees behind you.
Yeah, we're on coast, so Queensland's always the sunny state. I've really done the wrong day for promoting Townsville Shines, but yeah, we're a lot more laid back than the rest of the country. We, mate.
Even more laid back.
Yes.
Because see, I've traveled all over Britain and Ireland, and you see these backpackers all over the place.
Yeah.
And one thing I've noticed is that they're all so laid back. They're always saying, "Oh, no worries, mate."
Yeah.
And have you ever seen that beer ad, the Foster's beer ad? Maybe it was only in Britain at the time.
I was going to say, taking it back.
Well, there's this guy sitting in his living room. He's drinking a bottle of Foster's. And then his wife comes in. Her hair's on fire and smoking. She's got dirt all over her face. And she has this look on her face and she says, "I just saw the 4 horses of the apocalypse." And then the guy goes, "Don't worry about it, love. It's not the end of the world."
Oh my God. Oh yeah. We're pretty much yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Not that extreme. Here's what? Throw shrimp on the Barbie? Was that a big one over?
Yeah, but I heard Australians don't like that when people say that because who puts a shrimp on the Barbie?
Yeah, we don't put shrimps on the Barbie. That's
you put kangaroo on the Barbie.
Oh yeah, I've tried kangaroo, but yeah, I don't know. There's something about eating a kangaroo. I don't know.
So you say you're on the coast. Are there great white sharks there?
Not up here. It's too hot for them up here. We just get normal sharks. We get the normal. We got crocodiles.
Yeah, we got saltwater crocs.
Yeah, and the freshies. they're pretty big too up here. Yeah, we got them and snakes. We got snakes.
What about spiders?
We got lots of spiders. Sorry.
So Formula One in Australia. I can only remember 3 drivers: Mark Webber, Daniel Ricciardo, and Oscar Piastri. But are there any more?
There's been a few more. The one, another one I can remember is Alan Jones. He was probably in the 80s. But yeah, he's like he does a lot of used to do the Formula One shows that we'd get before the Formula One and all that sort of stuff when it was on here.
He was a pundit.
He was
Or a pundit.
What's that?
Like an expert they ask before the show.
Yes, yeah.
Mark Webber, he's Piastri's manager.
Yeah, he's the manager now. So yeah, we sort of only found that out with the big tweet fiasco. So that was, I don't know. I had no idea he had a management company or anything like that. So yeah, he sort of dropped off Formula One, and Danny Rick came in. So it was just like, all right, Danny's mine now. I'm a Danny fan. Let's go.
Yeah. I remember a few discussions on social media at the time when Max and Daniel drove together at Red Bull, because a lot of Australian fans were really angry at Max all the time.
Yeah.
There's a few incidents, and when Daniel Ricciardo left, a lot of them weren't happy with Red Bull and Max. But then when you see them together, they're totally happy with each other all the time. So
I think the media needs its hype. So you need your hated people on the grid, and you need your fanboys.
But is that still going on? Is in Australian media that Max is kind of the villain, or
no? McLaren's the villain at the moment.
Okay, yeah, McLaren is the bad guy. Yeah.
But
Zach Brown.
Yeah.
Don't like Zach Brown anymore.
The media doesn't.
No.
But I think we're all over it now. Like, it was big when it all happened. So, but yeah, I think we're a bit over it now. Everybody knows Danny needs a break, so we'll just see what happens next year.
I think he talks about it very sensibly. He says, I can't get it to work. I need a year out, and in that year, I'm gonna see if the passion is there to get back, or else I'll just keep doing this.
Well, that's
it.
And
you saw how crazy silly season was. Silly season was past a while, and it could be just as crazy next season or the year after.
Well, that's it. You just don't know. I think there's a few coming off contracts next year, so
yeah,
see what happens, hey?
And then
out.
if Perez doesn't perform, then he might get that seat.
Well, wouldn't that be the come full circle,
Yeah, I'd like that. Although I like Sergio Perez as well.
Yeah, I know. Right.
Okay, next topic. Oscar Piastri. Tell me everything you know about Oscar Piastri.
Well, Oscar, we need a shortened name for him, I think, because Oscar Piastri is a bit much, like Danny Ricciardo became Danny Rick, and I'm like, no, Oscar needs a shortened one. I need to know what it is. Come on, everybody, let's tell me what's going to be the shorter version of it.
Aussie Piastri.
Aussie. Oh, there's a good one.
Aussie.
Aussie.
Oi.
Instead of the A, we can use the O. Aussie. There you go.
Yeah.
Aussie. Yeah. Well, we got. He's a bit of a superstar already, I guess. He's won the trifecta, so he's I think winning the F2 and F3 championships. I think only Charles and George have done that. So he's obviously in that, the young guns, coming through. He's doing the karting, and I think he started out with the remote controls, actually, the remote control cars in Australia. So that's, they're all on the gaming, on the keyboards, straight away they've already got the The
You mean sim racing
yeah,
on
the
the computer?
in the gamers, yeah, just like
Yeah.
sim gamers and all that sort of stuff. So it's yeah, it's becoming a common trend. All the kids coming through are all on the games more, but
Well,
I suppose that's what
I was actually watching a YouTube video of one of the leaders at the Red Line sim racing team. He had a big long conversation about Max Verstappen with Tomo, the English content creator.
yeah.
And he said that there's a lot of youngsters coming through, that can race really, really well because of the skills they picked up
Yeah, well,
at
that's
sim racing.
yeah.
Um,
It's really
because
interesting.
there's a lower barrier to get into racing if you do it with a computer instead of a
Well,
real car.
that's it. Obviously, like the cost for you're
Yeah.
not destroying $1 million car. But yes, like yeah, it's kind of like that Cars movie, the Lightning McQueen's moving over for all the newcomers that are coming through. It's the new generation of racers coming through, I think. So, yeah, I'm really excited to see what Oscar can do. I think I think he's just going to slot straight in with Lando. I think they're going to be a good pairing. As much as I love Danny, you could just tell Danny wasn't made for the car. So the cars are made for the gamers. The more, I don't know. I don't even know what it is. Like obviously, Danny's got
Well,
built
I
his.
think that Daniel Ricciardo was used to Red Bull cars,
That's it.
and he had a specific way of braking. He was the latest of late breakers.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
at Renault, they tried to get the car, towards that. And then he thought,
yeah,
if I'm driving for McLaren, I'll be having a Mercedes engine, and it's
yeah,
a slightly better team.
yeah,
And that just totally backfired because he never got a comfortable car in the way he was used to it. And
yeah,
then I think if you get into a shitty car when you're 22, you're much more resilient or
yeah.
adaptable than when you're 32. Or how old is Danny when he how old
Uh,
was he when he joined McLaren? It's
I don't even know. Yeah,
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Like, yeah, I just. It's
But
definitely a different. Definitely a different car.
what I really like about Oscar Piastri is that he's so cool. Like um, Oscar, what do you call him? Otmar Safnauer. He
Yeah,
was obviously
yeah,
angry with him for not joining Alpine, and
yeah,
Zach Brown, and there was this little team war going on. He's never said a
yeah.
word about it, not
No,
a peep. He
yeah.
just placed one tweet saying that he didn't join, and that was
V
it.
V tweet.
No,
Broke
but I
the
mean, you know how some drivers they would add another couple of tweets and being all nice and trying to explain and everything. I think
Yeah,
he's very headstrong. He put that out there, made his
yeah,
own decision, and he's going to do
yeah,
his talking on the track.
yeah. I
He's not as flamboyant as Danny Rick, obviously,
no, no.
but yeah, I think it's cool
Yeah,
just to
he's got
be
the confidence.
yeah.
Definitely got that.
And
Yeah.
but do you know like his statistics from Formula Two, the year that he was champion? Did he win it by a big margin, or
No, no. Came down to wire.
who were his competitors?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Yeah, I'm not sure of that, but I know that like it came down to the wire. Like it was neck and neck for a while. So he didn't win by a huge margin, but it's yeah, he's got the calm head, I think. Got the calm head in the races that matter. So it came down to the Italy race right at the end. So he kept his nerve. Kept his nerve. So
Well, that's good. Hey, and So your expectations, like, is he going to be scoring points every race, or do you think he's going to crawl towards podium positions, or?
I think so. I really do. I think there's going to be a lot of expectations on him, and all of Australia is going to be behind him, whether they like it or not, because he's an Aussie, and you have to go for the Aussies in Formula One.
So, what position do you think he'll have at the end of the season?
I think he'll definitely be up there. I reckon, with Lando, like Lando did really well last year, I should say now, not this year.
He was P7.
Yeah, so
Lando.
I'm sure Oscar's got the ability to be the P7, P6. Just outside the top lot.
Yeah,
I don't
best
know.
of the rest.
That's it. That's what they say, isn't it? Best of the rest. But anything could happen. You just don't know. Like, he might go out and smash it. McLaren might have done what they needed to do and made the car in the top. In the best.
Well, you see that McLaren started with ridiculous brake problems at the start of the season, which made them like incredibly slow and the car incredibly hard to drive. So those problems, those brake problems, they solved over the year. So they're not going to start as bad as last year.
No.
So
you'd think so. Yeah, it's just going to be what everyone else has sort of got. What everyone else pulls out.
I think it might be a season where everybody has their own sort of philosophy for the cars, and then Red Bull obviously has a package that's good in every race, and Ferrari as well, and Mercedes is still trying to mend everything that went wrong last season.
Yes.
And then Alpine and McLaren, they'll be battling it out for P4, P5.
Yeah.
But it could be the case that McLaren does really well in tracks with slow corners, and then the high speed tracks, Alpine will do better, that sort of thing. And then in those seasons, you get a nice mix of different cars being at the top, which is nice to see.
Definitely. Yeah, you like the domination, but then after a few years, you sort of go, okay, time for someone else. Let's go.
Yeah, but you see, we had new regulations, and always the first year or two of new regulations, there's one team that knocks it out of the park, and there's a couple of teams that completely fail, and they need years to catch up.
Yeah, it's very true.
And if you seen how close everybody was in 2021, it's actually the 2021 season was a thriller right till the last race.
Oh yeah.
So in that sense, it was a pity that we had new regulations, because the cars were so close and they're much further apart now.
Yeah.
But then that takes time as well.
Yeah.
So we're already at point 5 here, the promotion of your project.
Yes, well, yeah, my GoFormula.1. Yeah. So it's pretty much the marketing more than anything. For Twitter, we get targeted Formula One fans that we handpick and make sure that they actually are Formula One fans and not bots. We get a team and we retweet, like, comment, get the stats up on your Twitter feed. It gets helps with promoters and influencers and that sort of stuff. Get a jump on everything. Like, I know myself, just jumping into Twitter world, it's been really hard to get genuine people, not the bots, and just to get people to talk to you more than anything is really hard. So this will sort of give promoters and that sort of stuff a
boost.
A boost, that's the word. I'm just trying to think of it. It's too early in the morning for me. But yeah, a natural boost as well, not a bot inclined one, because you can sort of pay for Twitter marketing and it ends up being 20 to 25-year-olds in who might not even like Formula One. So yeah.
So basically, you're looking for enthusiastic people on Twitter that are pretty active.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
but do you need to look up these other Twitter accounts and then interact with them, or
No. So it'll all come onto a system, a platform that we've got on GoFormula.one on our system. We'll actually put promoted tweets on there, and all you have to do is click on them from our system, and you go into Twitter world and do your thing, do your likes, do your retweets, and you'll actually get rewarded for it. So, I mean, it's what everybody's doing now. You know, someone says, "Oh, retweet me, please," and everybody does, and you don't get paid for it. So it's like, no, this will be somewhere where I can actually go, "Yep, here you go, discreetly pay for the likes and retweets, and engagement grows." So yeah.
okay? Well, I'm definitely gonna sort that out tomorrow.
Yeah. Might even throw in a freebie for you, hey?
What do you mean freebie?
I'll give you a free promotion.
Yeah. Well, if I can get some really loyal YouTube watchers, ones that watch complete podcasts and videos over and over, that
Yeah,
would suit me.
yeah, definitely.
So, Aaron, I want to thank you for making time for me to get up so early in the morning to do this. It's only going to be a tiny, small podcast, but it's good to practice. Thank you
Definitely.
very much, and I'll see you
No,
around on Twitter.
no worries. Thank you so much, Wimbo.